I hope you've had a fantastic week. Welcome back to Binance Beach. This week, I am joined by Danielle Marie. Danielle is the Australian Blockchain Leader of the Year 2023, and she is also a founding member of All Things Blockchain, which is a non-profit association focused on growing the local blockchain ecosystem here in Brisbane. We were a proud sponsor of the February All Things Blockchain event, which was an amazing night. And yeah, we've got the chance to catch up today on Token2049. Danielle, welcome to Binance Beach.
Thank you very much for having me. And a little fun fact, Binance Australia was the very first sponsor of All Things Blockchain back in November 2020. So you've always been a good supporter of building the community.
Absolutely. It's so great to jump on board with that kind of stuff. But we're talking about a bit of a bigger event this week. It's been a massive FOMO, I think, for anybody who hasn't been able to head over to Singapore and head to 2049, which is Token2049, which is one of the largest crypto conferences in the world. But before we get into that, let's start with our normal price update. So Bitcoin's up 8.3% on the week to just over 63K US dollars as we record, which is an amazing move. What triggered this? Well, it was basically down to the decision of the US Fed to cut rates by 50 basis points or 0.5% on Wednesday. So this is really interesting to see because it was anticipated that we might see a 25 basis point cut or a 50 basis point cut. Rate cuts of 50 basis points are usually a little bit rarer, but we definitely are expecting more rate cuts for the rest of the year, with potentially another 0.7% of rate cuts to come. This drove the pretty significant move upwards in Bitcoin over the last couple of days, and we've definitely seen alts move up as well, with ETH up nearly 5% on the week, BNB up 4%, Solana up 5%. So it's a pretty positive movement there across the altcoin market. Danielle, how are you feeling about Bitcoin? How are you feeling about crypto? Are you bullish or bearish for the rest of the year?
I'm always bullish. I'm a longtime hodler. I feel that everyone keeps saying October. So I'm bullish for the rest of the year for sure.
Great to hear. Well, let's get your Token29 field report. I'd love to hear more about the conference from someone on the ground. I've seen heaps on Twitter, but give us a bit of a run through the conference vibes. How did it feel on the ground in Singapore?
I think every time I come to conferences, I just love the energy and the vibe of the community. It's absolutely massive. This is my second Token49. I went to the one in Dubai. So it has a bit of a different vibe than Dubai. But I think it's like 3 levels. They're everywhere. One of the things I love about Token49 is like the service is next level. Like you walk in the door, there's, I think the whole check-in process took me under 5 minutes from getting my ticket to, going through the security. Just high level service everywhere. Bottles of water, food, coffee, anything that you want. Massages. I've had a few massages every morning when I come into the conference. I'm like, hey, breakfast, coffee, massage. Let's get going. So they really know how to enhance the experience. There's multiple different rooms covering multiple all sorts of type of content. So there really is something for everyone at this conference.
So what was the coolest activation that you saw? I thought the Drift Lamborghinis looked amazing, but they weren't actually in the conference. Who nailed their activation?
Who who nailed their activation. I've seen a lot. I didn't participate, but one of the things that I did think was cool was that there was like a gamification, and there was like these banners, and you could go around and like play and like earn points and earn prizes. So I think that probably stood out to me the most, even though I didn't actively engage in it. But it was every time you turned around, there was like another banner. So it left an impression on me, even though I was too lazy to actually play the game.
There's a lot going on, and of course you were working the conference as well, so
yes,
plenty to do, and we don't all get to enjoy every minute. What about merch? Conferences are a great place to pick up some merch. Yeah, what have you been rocking?
Well, you know, it's funny that you said that. When I went to Token49 in Dubai, I wasn't working, and I literally went to every booth. I collected as much merch as I could. I got so much cool merch. This trip, because I've recently taken on a new role, I haven't been actively like going to the booths and collecting merch. Like, it's weird how I kind of had a bit of a different vibes. But one of the things that they gave you when you came in was playing cards. So I thought that was cool, because what's something that you can take and kind of use and have that, you know, kind of that memory that's slightly different. And then Barachain gave some really cute hoodies, and then like these like little kind of like headband things that had little like bear ears. So I thought that was different. But I definitely, compared to the last token, I got so much cool merch, from mouses, keypads, cool little and like a travel kit where you could store like your SIM cards and like extra chargers and battery packs. So there's definitely always cool merch. I probably just haven't capitalized on all the merch this time around.
And you were rocking around with a piece of Binance merch. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I actually hosted my first global event under All Things Blockchain here on Tuesday, called Gamified Unleashed. And I wasn't going to have time to come back to the hotel. And I was lucky enough to get a Binance carry-on luggage. So I had that, and I was rocking it for the whole day, carrying it around to all the different events. Quite a few people asked me, thought I worked for Binance. One guy even came up to me and he goes, I thought these were mythical. Like, I didn't think that these were real. Because it's big and bright and yellow, it definitely catches a lot of attention. So I got a lot of people asking me, where did I get it? How could they get one? So it did make me feel a little bit important. That's for sure.
That's good. That's exactly why we gave it to you, so you could take Binance on the global stage and share more. This conference, I think, sounds like it's going to be famous for the number of side events that were run. Did you attend any that were amazing, or what's your take on the number of side events that we've seen at Token this year?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's interesting the amount of people that have actually come to the conference and not actually come to the conference, because there are so many side events. Even me, on my first day, I got up in the morning and I went to the conference because, like, I feel like I wanted to just get there, and I knew that they would have breakfast and just get in and kind of like check out the vibes. But I had so many events that I needed to attend to. I think there's like over like 400 or 500 side events. And so a lot of the times that's where some of the magic is, especially depending on what you're coming for. So if you're after kind of a particular outcome. So there's been lots of side events. There is a bar called C'est La Vie. I'm not sure if anyone has been to Singapore, but it's on top of the Sky Observation Desk. It's absolutely stunning. So I've been to a couple of events there. I've been to a couple of founders and VC events. They've been amazing because it's the connections. Like, the conference is great, and you've got this massive, I guess though I would put it as like kind of this community vibe. Like, you just walk in and you're just like, wow, I'm with like 20,000 people that are all like-minded, and it's just vibrant. But it's really kind of hard because it's such a, it's such a big room. And so when you want to get specific, so if you're in gaming, then you want to go to a gaming event. If you're looking for venture capital, then you want to go to a VC event. If you're the amount of deepens, I would definitely say the narrative of this event has been deepened. True story. There was actually one event that canceled their event and said, sorry, there's too many other deepen events. We're just going to cancel ours, go to one of the other deepen events because it was just absolutely saturated. But yeah, you definitely had your picks of side events. One of the things I didn't like about Singapore compared to, say, when I went to Consensus in Austin is it's such a big city, and it's like, oh, I want to go to this side event, but then you're like, oh, it's 20 minutes away. So then by the time like you get all the way over there, so it was a little bit harder to kind of hop around compared to when we were in Austin. If anyone's been in Austin, Texas, everything was quite close. So it was really easy to hop around to the side events. And then some of them were just so busy. You would get there and we're talking thousands and thousands of people. Like I felt like I was like, I don't know, at a rave. And one day, like it was literally 8,000 people trying to get into a venue. It was a bit, it was full on.
Yeah, sounds it, definitely. Well, let's wrap up with your key takeaway from the conference as a whole. What will you be taking to your next event or bringing back to Australia for the all things blockchain community?
I think just how powerful coming to these events really are. The relationships that are built. We can all work remote, and I work fully remote, but there is just something very different about being able to catch up with your team. Like even the team I've recently started working with, being able to build those relationships, being able to kind of connect with people, and everyone is here with the same kind of objective to build the ecosystem. So it's not like, oh, we should have a meeting. And then, 2 weeks later, it's like, okay, let's have a meeting. Like yesterday, I went and spoke with a chain. I went and spoke with Stellar Chain. And then we had a meeting that afternoon. So everyone is here to be productive. And I would like to see kind of more of that in the Australian ecosystem, especially at the Australian Crypto Convention. And I would also like to see us start organizing some more side event and activations. The Australian Crypto Convention has, been growing the last couple of years, but I feel like that's just the main event, and there's not too many side activations that are very particular to a niche. So I hope that we can see some side events in Australia this year that are very particular to a niche, whether it be GameFi, RWA, DPIN, VCs, so that we can kind of start creating that culture that we have at these large international conferences.
That's awesome. I'm really looking forward to the Australian Crypto Convention this year, also because I've missed tokens. So there's massive amount of FOMO there. So I'm really pumped for our local event. Obviously, Binance is a title sponsor. And so if you do want to come to the Australian Crypto Convention, come and see us, come and see a lot of the other amazing exhibitors and hear some speakers. We're actually running a trading competition at the moment, which gives our users a chance to trade and share in a 3.5 BNB prize pool and to win premium general access passes to AusCryptoCon, which includes access to the after party. There's a super yacht after party around Sydney Harbour. It's going to be amazing. So definitely, if you are looking to come to the Australian Crypto Convention, then this is a great opportunity for you to potentially score some tickets. All you need to do is visit this page. I'll drop a link in the show notes, or you can find it on our Twitter, and then click join and trade. And you'll need to trade at least $1,000 worth of spot trading volume, and you'll be eligible to join the competition. And the top 10 ranked traders do receive a prize. So please jump on, please join the trading comp, and come and see us at Australian Crypto Convention. I'll be there. Danielle, you'll be there. So let's have a great time and hang out. Thanks so much for joining us today, Danielle. It was great to have you on and hear a little bit more about Singapore from the ground.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to seeing all of you at the Australian Crypto Convention.
Awesome. I'll finish with a disclaimer. Please note that this discussion includes insights from non-affiliated third parties and key opinion leaders. Binance provides this platform for informational and educational purposes only and is not responsible for any content or insights provided. This information should not be considered as financial, tax, or investment advice from Binance. Please like, please follow, please subscribe. Let us know who else you'd love to see on the potty in the comments. And we'll catch you next week, Binanceans. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.